What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Red, White, and Bills. You know what? I'm feeling pretty good. It's a new week. We got a new opportunity for this Buffalo Bills team to go into Tampa Bay at 4:25 on Sunday and play against the division champs. Play against Tom Brady, Josh Allen's childhood favorite quarterback. I'm sure it's a lot of people's favorite quarterback, but that's a good person to look up to. But this is a huge game. Since last game, every game from here on out is considered a massive game. It's considered, in my opinion, a must-win game. I know we can maybe afford another loss, but in my opinion, every game from now on is a must-win. And this is a very tough opponent we're going to be playing. Of course, as defending champs, so of course they're going to be very tough to play. But I'm going to tell you why I think we got a good chance, or what we need to do to have a good chance. And I'm going to talk about some of the Bucs players who we really need to slow down if we're going to want to win this game. So let's just start off with the Bills this week, because usually I start with the other team, but I'm going to start with the Bills this time. First off, we got to let Josh be Josh. It's no secret that part of why we were great last year was because Josh Allen had instilled a lot of confidence in the coaching staff, and they trusted him in every situation. Oh, 4th and 2, go for it. 4th and 5, 4th and 7, do whatever you got to do. And it seems like this year they're so focused on being balanced in the run game and the pass game that they veered off from what worked last year. And there's no better time than now, where there's 5 games left. We're 7-5, the 7th spot in the playoffs when nobody saw this coming. But this is a perfect time to get on that and just stay away from the run game, because we can't do it, and especially we can't do it this week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. They got the best rush defense in the league, starting with Vita Vea up front. I'm not going to get into all them yet, but you know how good that defense in front is. So it's actually great because hopefully it forces the coaching staff to be like, you know what? Let's throw the ball 40, 50 times this week, because we're not going to be able to run up the middle 15 times, 20 times this week like we do every other week. So I think it'll actually force us to do what we do best. And I'm actually really excited about that. And this is going to sound a little corny, and I know that, but I heard it when I played, and there's some truth to it. You got to play like it's your last play. And I know there's 5 games left, and these guys are going to play longer careers, but you have to play with that kind of sense of urgency, like when you're a senior in high school and your coach says, some of you are never going to play football again. Or in your last college game, some of you are never going to play football again. I know they're going to play football more, but they need to have that mindset of, this. What if this is my last play? I got to leave it all out in the field, and with that mindset, it can get you through a lot of stuff. So just play like it's your last play, guys. I know obviously it's not, but I think that's a great mindset to have going to a tough road to get back into the division race. And then O-line needs to be able to finally win up front. And I know that's a silly thing to say this week of all weeks against Tampa Bay's defense, but this O-line needs to finally get it together. Like I always say every week, everything is one up front. If you can't get pushed, you can't move. If you get pushed, you get moved. So it's never going to change. You got to win up front, and they got to get something going. They have to be tough. They have to get lower. It's a game of leverage in the trenches. So got to get lower than these other guys, especially some of their big boys on there. So O-line, please, you guys got to hold up this game. You got to give Josh some time. It all starts with you guys. We can't do nothing without you. Also, don't be the reason we lose, Buffalo, because that's happened a lot to us this year. In the 4 of the 5 games we lost, we beat ourselves, and it's too late to be doing that. We're a way better team than that. We're a way better coach team than that. We're better players all around than that. We can't be letting stupid penalties knock us out of a good position to get points. We can't let up big sacks. We can't miss throws. We can't drop balls. Let's not be the reason we lose. Let's be the reason we win. And those are the reasons I got for how I think we can. I know some of them are more philosophical, and mindset things, but these are what I think we need to do to have a good chance. Now we get into some of the Tampa Bay's guys we got to look out for, and I never say completely shut down, because when you're a superstar, you can't really completely shut someone down. So starting with Vita Vea, he's one of the few people up front that's going to wreak havoc every game. This guy's 6'4", 350-pound nose tackle. Mitch Morse and John Feliciano, if you're playing, you guys are going to have to help each other a lot. And it's going to be a very tall order, rather. He's already got 4 sacks, 6 hits, and 29 pressures, and he's missed a couple games, and he's lost a tooth. So that added a little toughness to him that people have been saying. But granted, that's a lot of man to handle. 350-pound nose tackle, and he runs a 5 flat, so he's coming at you fast and quick. So Mitch Morse, he's on the lighter side as a center, but he's very smart. So I think he can win some matchups against him. But again, it's the offensive line as a whole. It's their job with these big guys up front. Shaq Barrett's another guy. 8 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 60 pressures, 10 QB hits. He's a guy that had almost 20 sacks a year or two ago. So he's very quick off the edge. He's very physical. He hits hard, and it's just another huge assignment for our offensive line to handle. Antoine Winfield. I chose Antoine Winfield because I like what he's doing as a young guy. He's really showing some great things this year. 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles. He's got an 85.4 coverage grade according to PFF, which is actually very excellent. 61.4 passer rating allowed. And we have a ton of weapons on offense, as you guys know. And, he's just a guy that we have to be mindful of. I mean, Sean Murphy-Bunting will be coming back. Oh, he is back. He's been back for a couple weeks now. But he's had some injuries. Richard Sherman might be coming back. And he's not who he was before. So maybe Antoine Winfield is a guy we don't want to throw at this game and try to focus somewhere else on the field. And then getting to the offensive side of the ball, there's so many people you could pick. I'm not going to pick Tom Brady because we obviously know Tom Brady, and he's number 1 in the MVP race right now for a reason. So let's just not talk about Tom Brady. We know how good he is. And then Gronkowski, we know him too, so we're going to pick other people. These guys are pretty obvious also, though. Mike Evans, 57 catches, 794 reception yards, and 10 touchdowns. And without Trey White, we all knew this was going to be a very tough game for our secondary. So don't be so hard on them if they get beat a couple times, because they're going to. Dane Jackson and Levi Wallace, they're going to have a tall order on Sunday with Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Gronkowski, Cameron Brate, Leonard Fournette, all these guys out here that have absolutely great season so far, but someone's got to step up, and it's probably going to be, depending on where they line up, probably Levi and Mike Evans, and then you got Chris Godwin in the slot against Taron Johnson, and it's gonna be a tough day for the secondary, but I think they got a good chance of being physical with them, and you're gonna have to be with these guys are monster receivers who will win contested catches all the time, so. Physicality is another huge part of this game. Leonard Fournette, and obviously I'm bringing him up because of a couple of run game struggles. I know we stopped the run a lot of times, but we can also get gashed. Leonard Fournette, 152 carries, 665 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns. He also, in the past game, added 58 receptions for 402 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also, this is what really got me, according to PFF, 3.01 yards after contact. And what happened all last game, what happened all game against the Colts, arm tackling that led to yards after contact. He's another guy you can't arm tackle. And that's what we'll be able to tell after the first drive, how the game's going to go. If we're arm tackling Leonard Fournette and he's breaking off big runs, it's just going to be just like the Colts game. And they might not even have to throw 50 times with Tom Brady. However, I think we could get into a potential shootout with them. I think it's going to be a very good game. And the last offensive person or people we should look out for is just the entire offensive line. They're very well sound. They're very good together. They work very well together. It's hard to find a weak link on this offensive line. So this defensive line's got, again, they got a tall order for them. And it's a huge one up front game. They're very strong on their offensive line. They're very strong on defensive line. We gotta match it. We gotta match that energy and that physicality and that toughness. Let's maybe not just hold back Groot for 40% of the snaps. Maybe give him a little bit more. Let's get Harrison Phillips back in there. He had a career game last week. Let's see who's working and maybe give them more snaps instead of keep switching them out. Because we gotta be physical with this O-line, and that's where it all starts. And they give Brady time. They open great holes for Fournette. So by no means is this game a guaranteed loss. A lot of people are saying, obviously the Bucs are going to win. And, I never really like to give score predictions, but I do believe it's going to be a shootout. Yeah, the Bucs can win this game, but yeah, the Bills can win this game too. The Bills are a very good football team still. It doesn't matter that the record's 7-5. they're still the same team that can hang up 40 on anybody. They're still the same team that can go out and beat anybody. We're a great football team. The Buffalo Bills have a great sound football team. They have an elite defense. They have elite players on offense. We have a struggling offensive line, but we can still get it done. You guys know the few losses we got. They're all games that we could have won, and we had the chance of winning. 3 of them, we had the ball on the final drive of the game, and we had the opportunities to win, and we just found the ways to lose. Not this week. We got to find the ways to win this week, and I think we can do it. We got a great football team. We got a well-coached football team. The coaches got to get out of here. They got to stop button heads, and they have to coach right, and the players got to be prepared. It seems like we haven't been prepared a lot lately. I don't know what you guys think. Please let me know what you think about that. It seems like for some reason there's been a disconnect with the coaching staff, and they just can't properly prepare this team to win the games they need to. And because last year we were winning these games, basically the same team, if not better, adding Emmanuel Sanders. But anyway, guys, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I love every single one of you for all the support. I wouldn't be doing this without you guys. You guys keep me going. I want to keep giving you guys the best content. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Red, White, and Bills, Instagram, Red, White, and Bills, and obviously on YouTube, Red, White, and Bills. Share it out. Keep it growing the love. I really appreciate it. Until next time, go Bills.